everyone, so today we'll be looking at how to incorporate multiculturalism into your very own phys ed classroom. We'll be working with a group of Cycle 1 secondary school students and teaching them two games, bocce and cricket. First, we'll start off by going over the origins of each game, when and where they can be played, with who, and lastly the rules before we get a few rounds started. As many of you know, phys ed is a great way to get students actively involved in learning, and it can also be a great opportunity for you as educators to deepen your students' knowledge behind the activities and games they enjoy playing both inside and outside the classroom. So, let's get started.
The first game of our International Sports Day is called bocce. Bocce is a recreational game that is commonly played by the Italian culture. However, it is a game that was first recognized in Egypt, then was played by the Greeks, and then played by the Romans. It is said to be a game for young and old. Essentially, if you can walk, you can play. It was even played as an Olympic sport in Greece. Bocce is now played mostly as a recreational sport. However, it brings people of all ages together. In our lesson, the students will be divided into groups of 6, creating 2 teams of 3 within each group. Each member of the team will have 1 ball to throw. The 7th ball is called the jack. This is the ball that is thrown at the beginning of the game, and the team to throw it first can be decided by playing rock, paper, scissors. The objective of the game is to get your team's ball closest to the jack. The first team to 15 points wins. The game can also be played up to 11 or 13 points. This is usually determined at the beginning of the game. To start the game, 1 player from one team will throw the jack. Once the jack is thrown, 1 player from one team will throw the ball, and then 1 player from the other team will throw, and so on until everyone has had their turn. As previously mentioned, each ball is thrown with the goal of placing it as close as possible to the jack. A point is scored for the team with its ball closest to the target. Additional points are earned for each ball that is closer to the target than the closest ball of the opposing team. For example, if all 4 balls of one team are closer to the target than any of the balls of the opposing team, 4 points are scored. The winning team will throw the jack during the next round.
Bocce can be played at tournaments, family gathering, or with friends. This game is usually played on a flat surface. However, it is commonly played on grass or gravel lanes specifically made for bocce. Discussion questions we have chosen for the end of our lesson are: number 1, what game or sport is this similar to in our Canadian culture? And number 2, in what ways do bocce infuse multiculturalism?
The second game of our lesson is cricket. It originated in the Dark Age. It evolved in England. It's actually a game that was derived from a very easy pastime where people would throw a piece of wood or a ball and someone else would try to strike it with a club. Known to be one of the oldest sport games in the world. And as of now, there are many ways to play it. You can either play it in a recreational environment, so with friends in a park, in organized league, or in different tournaments.
The game of cricket is played by 2 teams. There are 11 players in each team. There will be a fielding team and a batting team. The batting team is trying to score points by hitting the ball that is thrown by a bowler, also known as a pitcher. If the ball is struck and not caught by the fielding team, the batter can run from base to base, trying to score as many points as possible. This game is won at the end of 2 innings by the team who has the most points. Each inning ends after 10 batters from each team are put out. This second game that we'll be teaching in our lesson will follow a number of progressions.
There's 10 ways to get a batter out of the play. The first one is if the ball is caught. The pitcher throws the ball and it hits the wicket and breaks it. The player hits the wicket as they're at bat. The player steps outside of their crease. The 5th way is to just run the batter out, hit the wicket without even breaking it. The batter handles the ball. The batter hits the ball twice. If it's timed out, 10, obstructing the field.
At the end of this lesson, we will ask the students 2 discussion questions. 1, what North American sport is this game similar to? And 2, how can we adjust the sports so that everyone can play?
All right, everyone, so that's our lesson for today. Although we only covered 2 games, bocce and cricket, it's important to remember that essentially you can incorporate this lesson into any game or activity you play with your students, both inside and outside the classroom. Thanks for watching.